Today's video is not about Throne and Liberty. It's about two good news we had yesterday and the day before. And the first one is this. Ragnarok Online 3 gameplay trailer. Oof, just with the login screen, I was very nostalgic. This game was my first MMO back in 2002, 2003 maybe, and it's very good. In fact, even up to today, it has a lot of players around the world because the game is just good. It was a masterpiece back then and it is now. And they are releasing this Ragnarok 3 now, where they are not doing a new game. They already made that mistake with Ragnarok 2. They are basically taking the first game and just making updating of today standard to today standards, and this game is going to be perfect. Basically, the first one was perfect. It was very addictive. The customization you have, it was very good. And in fact, I was playing this game just before I started playing Throne and Liberty. So even today, even 24 years later, 23 years later, this game is still very good. And with the new version, it's going to be one of the contenders for the best MMO we have right now. They are updating a lot of stuff. Basically, they are improving the movement, the graphics. They are making changes to the game to adapt to current standards, like this 10-player dungeon, etc. So it's going to be very good in PvE. It already was. It's going to be very good in PvP because PvP in this game is crazy. There are so many customizations that the PvP is crazy. No class is, or no job as they are called in Ragnarok Online, is not the same. So yes, you will see me playing this game when it's released. I don't know when that is because I know it's going to have some Asia testing some testing in Asia right now in the coming months. It will be released later in global. Yes, that's a problem. It's going to follow the traditional scheme that first in Asia, then in global. But I don't care. Also, speaking about I don't care, many people will say, yes, but this game will have a lot of pay-to-win stuff, etc. Yes, it will. And you know what? I don't care. Because again, it's for having fun. You don't need to pay for having fun. You need to pay if you want to be the top 1, top 3, top 5, etc. I don't care about that. I care about having fun. In fact, the latest version that was published in Europe, the Raw Prime, published by Innova, was crazy. I mean, it has a lot of pay-to-win stuff. And I didn't care, and 90% of the players didn't care, because again, it's for having fun. Remember that. Yes, people are spending 10,000 euros on that. Okay, good for them. But most of the players don't care. So yes, when this game is going to be released, you will probably see me playing either the Hunter or the Assassin. I don't know which one yet. The other good news was this. I was checking the Chrono Odyssey Discord server and I found this. They posted this 2 days ago. It's very extensive. If you want, read that because there are a lot of content. A lot of content. Look at this. But what's the point here? That this game is very well alive. I know most people dislike the beta. Personally, I enjoy it. I think it's a very good game. It's not a replacement for Throne and Liberty. It's a different game, but still a very fun game. And I'm really looking forward for the release of the game, because as I said, I had a lot of fun. And as you can see, they are reacting a lot to user feedback. And this is very good. When a company takes user feedback and react to that, that's a very good signal. So I don't care again if this game is going to have some pay to win or not, because there are some, in theory it's not going to have, but once the game starts, you start seeing this and that mechanic that may lead to pay to win, etc. But I said, I don't care as long as I'm having fun. And this game is going to provide that. And the developers are doing a lot of a very good job making a lot of changes in base of the feedback they receive from the beta. So yes, the game is not going to release this year. I think it was postponed for 2026, but when it's going to be released, I'm going to test that again. So it's not that yet, okay? And one last note, speaking about user feedback, because this is something that also happens with Throne and Liberty. Often, we as players think that if we report something, they should fix that as we are telling them to fix that, or right now. And things doesn't work like that way. You may like something that most of the players don't like. For example, in Throne and Liberty the Arena, I really hate the 6 versus 6 arena. I prefer them to move back to 3 versus 3, but they are not going to do that. It doesn't matter how much I complain. They already made a decision that they are going to stay in 6 versus 6 because that's what the vast majority of players prefer. So my opinion, the 5% opinion, the 10% opinion doesn't matter in this regard, because the other 90% wants the system. And the same applies to everything. Also, sometimes there are issues. And there are many people who usually complain about, yes, when there is a problem in the auction house, they fix that immediately. Of course, it's a business. It's not just a game for you to having fun. First, from the point of view, they are a business and they need to take care of their money. And then they provide you a game where you can have fun. But remember that it's a business. So it's obviously that they fix issues with the auction house or issues with items like the dissolving the heroic shards and getting dissolving the heroic extracts and getting the shards. It's obviously that they fix that immediately, or even put the server down just to fix that. If other things take longer, some game mechanics, some broken skill, that's normal, because sometimes things cannot be fixed as easy as you may think in your brain. Some things are, let's say, very well interconnected, and you cannot just fix something without breaking all the other stuff. And I'm telling you this from a software engineer point of view, okay? So be patient. Throne and Liberty is also doing a very good job reacting to user feedback, as long as you report that by the official channels, and Reddit is not an official channel. So that's it. User feedback is very important, but they cannot always react to what we propose, because sometimes it doesn't make sense and only in our own world, in our own brain, is where that makes sense. So thanks for watching the video. I'm really looking forward for the two games, for Ragnarok Online 3 and for Chrono Odyssey. And see you on the next one.